Oi, oi, oi! Friday night we'll be drinking Manischewitz, going in our time to rise, going young. Oi, oi, oi! Stop and shake it!
Hi my YouTuber friends, it's Ska Punk again with another video, and this video is about a woman that did what, not what I said actually, but literally to basically what I've always been saying, that there's alternative cheaper ways to live, and you don't have to be homeless, and you don't have to be paying high expensive rent. In a sense, like whether you live out your car, I'm not talking about people who chose this lifestyle, not people who are forced, people who think ahead, like this lady did, which you'll see in this video in a few minutes. Whether you live in a car, a van such as mine, as you can see there in the picture here, my van, or a schoolie bus, a Class B or C vehicle or van, even an RV, maybe a trailer, a camper trailer, or a trailer park, which is still cheaper than renting an apartment in some place, depending where you go. And even a shed. Yes, I said it, and a shed. People are even coming up with ideas to build out a shed and live comfortable, debt-free, maybe on a piece of land, maybe renting someone's backyard, but they can build. And you know what? Look for yourself. This lady is awesome.
Of a woman who decided to live in a derelict shed at the furthest point of Cornwall to escape from the housing crisis.
Yeah, Katrina Davis decided she needed to break the cycle of sharing houses with strangers and struggling to pay the rent as well. So she took extreme measures, downsizing to a shack near Land's End.
Now she's written a highly acclaimed book explaining why we all need to rethink our relationship with where we live. Sam Blackledge went to meet her.
They say there's no place like home, but sometimes you just need to pack everything up and start again.
So, welcome to my shed.
Katrina was living in a shared house, struggling to pay the rent and becoming disillusioned about her place in the world.
I just remember kind of walking around Bristol, desperately wanting to find somewhere that I could just be on my own, and just like looking at spaces thinking, I could live in there, you know, like some kind of tumble down shack or something. And there were all these empty flats, because this is just after the crash, the financial crash. And it was just like, you know, what the hell, like we're all kind of crammed into this house and we're all miserable. Eventually, I guess it all just kind of whipped itself up into a crisis, I suppose.
Feeling an overwhelming need to return to her Cornish roots, Katrina remembered a derelict shed, which her dad used to use as an office.
There was no electricity, there was no toilet or anything. The garden was really overgrown, and it was only meant to be temporary.
7 years on, the shed has been transformed into a cosy living space. But this story, told in Katrina's powerful new book, is about so much more than just a building.
When we talk about housing, we don't maybe think enough about the emotional side of it. You know, it's not actually just about shelter. You know, it's not necessarily one box fits all. It's more about the kind of freedom that it offers and the security. There's lots of quite serious sort of inequality and greed, and, you know, it's all to do with how we choose to live. You know, we're kind of all locking ourselves away in these plush little cages, and it's all a bit weird.
The average house price in Cornwall is around £230,000, more than 12 times the average salary. Katrina believes her struggles with anxiety and depression were heightened by her housing worries.
It's probably why there's so much of a mental health crisis, is because this stuff is fundamental. We need this kind of lifestyle, I think. We need to be growing things and going in the sea and walking and hanging out with trees. I think I'm mentally healthier, much healthier than I was. When I came here, I didn't know the names of birds and the names of plants, and I didn't know how to grow anything, and I've learned a lot. This is a kind of voluntary poverty and simplicity. Most people can't make this choice because of rent, because of housing. So I think it's really coercive, because you can't, you know, capitalism's fine. If you want to go off and make loads of money, fine. But if you don't, that should also be an option available. And it's not. And the reason it's not is because housing is so expensive for everybody. I hope it resonates, and I really wish everyone could have a shed. I do.
Sorry guys, I messed up with the video there. That's DIY for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like if you love this type of DIY videos of alternative ways of living. Anyway, don't forget, like I said, living life on your terms. Of course, this is DIY. What the fuck? Later.